Storytime Vibe, the Progressive News Show at Let's BS. I am your host, Marlon, along with Anna Hart, Theus Robinson. I'm presuming will be with us tomorrow. But on today's show, as you can see, we are going to do more Am I the A-Hole, which, I can't wait till y'all get to the third story. The third story is so fascinating that it's a two-parter. Like I literally had, so it's 4 videos total, but just realize the last story is a two-parter. It's just
Okay.
amazing. It is amazing. We're also going to go ahead and get into the second hour with the shortest Am I the A-Hole ever, 55 seconds. It's the shortest Am I the A-Hole ever. A positive story of the week, a real or nah, and of course, Foxy's videos of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So, Anna, how's it going?
It's going relatively well. So I got back on my thyroid medication, one type of thyroid medication. And I think my body's finally evening out. So my sleep is getting a little bit better. My attention span is staying a little longer. So good signs.
Good. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. I truly appreciate it. Let everybody know that we are live at that time. And without further ado, let's get this party started. Anna, I have a strange feeling we did a video like this or similar to this before.
Okay.
So I'm not going to give it a big, long introduction, but just to say, words have consequences.
My husband and I always planned on having kids. It ended up happening a couple of years before we planned due to a condom breaking. I didn't mind though. I was super happy to welcome our daughter, Belinda. A few years later, we started trying again for a second time, but it took us a little bit to conceive and we ended up having to use IVF. The doctors never figured out why I couldn't get pregnant the old-fashioned way the second time around. But after one round of IVF, my husband and I welcomed our son, Philip. Belinda is now 15 and Philip is 9. A close family friend of ours is going through their own fertility journey. My husband and I were discussing it. I mentioned something about IVF and Philip asked what that was. I explained and then added, "We used that to have you." Belinda asked if we used IVF to have her. I was about to answer no and leave it at that when my husband butted in with, "No, you're here because the condom broke," laughing. Belinda immediately looked hurt. We've had the talk and have discussed that sometimes condoms aren't effective, how to use them properly, and other forms of birth control. So she understood exactly what he was saying. I quickly added, "You were a surprise, but a much welcome surprise. We always planned on having kids. It just happened a few years sooner than expected." Belinda just nodded and quietly said, "Okay," but I could tell that she was really upset. I later told my husband to apologize and make sure she understands that she's loved and wanted. He told me I was overreacting. I spoke with Belinda and told her that she was loved and wanted. She seemed to feel a lot better, but still wasn't completely happy. It's been a few weeks, and Belinda has made little jabs here and there. Not in the playful way. Clearly, she's still hurt. She'll say things to her dad like, "Well, clearly as I was some big mistake, and sorry for inconveniencing you." My husband got fed up and told her she was being dramatic, and he didn't mean anything by that comment. He later told me to tell her to cut it out. I said no. He said it, he made her feel like garbage, and he hasn't spoken to her about it since. He has to deal with the consequences of that. She's a sensitive teenage girl. That's a scary combination when they feel rejected and unwanted by their fathers. My husband is now saying I'm in the wrong. Am I the butthole?
No. No, you're not. In fact, you have done everything you possibly can to help your daughter cope with this information. this is okay. So I remembered the story that we did a little while ago that the mother came out, and it was like she was so divorced from any emotions ever in her life. So she wanted to tell her daughter she was behaving so grown up and all that. No, your daughter was coping, because being told that they're a mistake, that sits and it festers. It's not a good thing for a kid to think. And no, I believe the mother here is completely in the right. And I mean, I'm a big fan of sitting down to talk to your kid together. And I really think this was a time that, because it's obvious that sometimes the husband doesn't think through all of his words, she could be there to um, give any help if needed from the sidelines, kind of thing. But no, it was up to him, and now he's being a jerk for something that's his responsibility. We seem to be allergic to being told that we are in the wrong lately. It doesn't mean your whole world is crashing down. It just means you made a mistake. You have a chance now to undo that mistake and bond with your daughter more. You can, but you got to put in the effort, dude. So no, not at fault here.
I have a I have a bad feeling that the husband has created a core memory in this daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Something that she's going to remember for the rest of her life. And the fact that this this guy, the husband, doesn't even have, and I'm just going to say it, just does not have the balls to go in and correct his mistake.
Mm-hmm.
He's placating it. He's, he's dismissive. It's not that big of a deal. Dude, it's not your call. It wasn't your call for you to decide if this was a big deal or not.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing about it is, you're not, you're more upset about her and these passive aggressive statements that the daughter is making than what you did to the daughter.
Yep.
And now you want the wife to come in and fix your problem that you created. You created this problem. You didn't say, I'm sorry. You should still say, not that big of a deal. Hell, it just happened. Dude, the only thing she's going to remember you saying was you was here because the condom broke and then laughed. You was here by mistake and it was funny. We meant for your brother to be here.
Yeah.
But since you're here, might as well kept you. That's all that's gonna come off sounding like to her.
Of course.
And you can't put your big boy pants on, go walk to your daughter and explain what is really going on. Instead, you want to send in the cavalry of one, your wife, to go fix your problem. So, OP, no, you are not the a-hole. I would stay out of this situation as far as this. I will constantly keep talking to my daughter. I will constantly keep saying, it happened, but it was a great surprise. You just showed up a year early. But you was gonna be here anyway. You just showed up a year early. And loved you a year earlier as if we planned on you being here. and be done with it. And talk to her and talk to her and talk to her. As far as the husband, you need to tell her that I'm not saying a thing in for you. I am not your representative in this issue. I refuse to be your representative in this issue. Grow up and go. If I sit here and tell you so many times, sometimes in marriage you're gonna have to have those tough conversations. Sometimes raising kids, you're gonna have to have those tough conversations. And one of the tough conversations that you're gonna have to do is tell them, I'm not always gonna be perfect. Your grandparents, the ones that raised me, wasn't always perfect. You, as a parent, when you get older, you have your kids and everything else, you're not always going to be perfect. That's no problem. The problem is when you try to sweep it under the rug and pretend it didn't happen. That's where the problem grows and festers.
Then somebody vacuum under that rug and be like, oh, there's a problem. I meant to resolve that.
Hi, Foxy.
Sorry, babe. I just had to say it. It was just like right there.
He left it right there for you. He did.
You could have helped yourself.
He knows how cornball I am.
Yes, I do.
I liked it.
Afra.
Hey, Afra.
How you doing?
Hi, Afra.
Oh, I missed the story. It's just the first story of the night.
Very short one.
It was real short. You can rewind it when we go to break and go through it. Is that Foxy? Yeah, that's Foxy. With the longest analogy I've ever heard. Oh, I meant to take care of this. Oh well.
No, this is for the husband to take care of. No, not my mess.
Yep. This is like I said, will I ever see her? No.
She used to be on camera with her own show kind of thing with others.
What was
I
the
know
name
I've
of that?
seen her like once.
What was the name of the show? Don't be scared.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Don't be scared. Let's talk about it. So,
Let's talk about it.
Afra, look that up on YouTube. Don't be scared. Let's talk about it. Foxy is on that show.
We did entertainment stuff. We didn't do
She did it. They did entertainment and things like that. It was a fun show. I wish it would come back.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It really was a fun show. I missed the analogy. You have to watch the story. You have to listen to the story, then you'll get the analogy. But my point is, do not be a representative to your husband. My volume was too low. The name of the show was Don't Be Scared. Let's talk about it. I'm pretty sure you can put the first part in, Don't Be Scared. It was ran by my sister-in-law, and it had Foxy, the cousins, the nieces. One time was on there, the daughters.
It was during the pandemic.
It was during the pandemic. We was on there.
We did do a couples thing.
We did a couples show where we did a talent show where we was she said she found it. Yeah.
He's good at that.
Yeah. The sophisticated one on there, that's Foxy. Trust me, you'll know. You'll know. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the second story.
Okay.
Oh boy. Get ready for this one. College fund liquidation.
I'm a 48-year-old woman. My 24-year-old older daughter gave birth to her fourth child 6 months ago. She used to work as a dishwasher, but due to health issues stemming from her second child, chronic back pain, and then her third child, she can no longer work. She tried her best getting an office temp job, but after about a week, the woman supervising her said this isn't working out. The supervisor was a very uptight woman who claimed that just because it always took her 3 days max to train everybody else on the data entry work, that she just can't be a good person and accommodate slower learners. That supervisor likely caused my daughter to get a bad reputation at the temp agency, and she didn't get hired elsewhere. My daughter's boyfriend, who's 28, works at Walmart. He had much more hours when she was pregnant, but since then, his hours have ebbed and flowed. He said that he'll take a day in the future to look for jobs, but it's the holiday and he's busy with family. I feel a lot of empathy for my daughter and her boyfriend, and I wish that I could help them out more. But I myself am a single mom working for a nursing home where I struggle to get full-time hours. And my ex ran up a lot of debt in both of our names and is now living in another country. My younger daughter, who's 17, has a college fund. The amount in it would be enough to pay a large amount of a 2-year community college tuition, along with the scholarships and grants that she would likely get. She applied to 4-year universities with the understanding that she'd be taking out loans and working, so she's deciding between 4 years and community college. The other shoe dropped after my older daughter's landlord found out that they were having her boyfriend's brother and girlfriend living in their one bedroom in exchange for them helping with the rent, and they got evicted. My older daughter agrees that it was wrong to lie to the landlord, and both parents are depressed because her boyfriend got a job offer 1 state away, and they would have to move from their support network. They came to me asking for help so they could have more time to find financial stability here. I was torn, but seeing my grandkids, I knew my duty was to care for the most vulnerable in the family. So, I'll be making calls to liquidate my younger daughter's college fund, saying yes to paying the penalties, and I told my younger daughter this. She got very cold and said, "You always brag about having a good memory. I hope you remember this moment then." She hasn't spoken to me since. She spent Thanksgiving inquiring with family friends to see if hospitals are keen to hire college students for kitchen or reception or anything. She made some cryptic posts online about how she hopes she'll be grateful one day that she won't have the privilege of studying anything outside of some technical because she needs something where she'll always be able to find a job. Am I the butthole?
Yes. You are.
Yeah. Okay. I want you to listen to what I'm saying, and it's going to sound controversial, but hear me out. I am a stern believer of my body, my choice. Staunch believer, never is going to change my mind. You do what you want to do. However, you are going to have to deal with the consequences of that choice. And that is what your oldest daughter is missing in all of this. 4 kids by the age of 24. 4 kids by the age of 24. This young lady didn't have enough money to raise one. And you know that.
She had back problems, Mom.
Yeah, because she keeps laying on it.
I knew you was gonna say that.
You are going to have to cut the umbilical cord. But you won't do it. That's one thing. That's my controversial soapbox situation. Here's the other thing. You can sit here and say all you want that you liquidated that money because you're helping out the most vulnerable of your family members. That's a lie. And that's a lie because of a statement that you made right before you made that statement. I don't want to miss out seeing my grandkids. It was a selfish reason. This was about you. This was all about you. And I'm sorry to actually say, I'm one of them stern believers on that going no contact and everything. Y'all go crazy on that. Go no contact or no contact. But sometimes the no contact and low contact things are so easily done, such as, why would I stay in contact with you? You serve no value to me. As a matter of fact, staying in contact with you is detrimental to me. I don't want to be a priority in your life. I just want to be equal. And you have shown that I'm not. You show your daughter she is not on the same level as the oldest daughter. You flat out done it. You've shown it. She is giving you the cold shoulder. Not one time did you ask why? Are you mad? Are you sad? Are you angry? Are you frustrated? Can I explain why I made this? No. You just told her what you was going to do with. Okay, now she ain't talking to me, so okay. Are you the a-hole? Yes. Yes. You destroying a future of one person for the past and present of many mistakes of another. I'm done.
Okay, so I have a question. What does liquidation mean?
Shut it down. You take it out, you pay the
You just
tax on it, and now you have the money.
okay. Okay. So he made a promise to his younger daughter that he's absolutely fine about saying, remember that promise? Forget it. No, we don't know exactly how this will play out and whether that daughter will, have to work and not be able to follow her dream. We don't know. I really hope that her grades are good enough that she is offered some good scholarships to come back on. What she is learning from this is that she can only count on herself. That's a terrible lesson for a young girl. And I'm sure, there's usually something very tight between daughters and fathers, usually. And you just broke it. You just showed her, you can't trust me. You can't trust my word. So, yeah, this is your fault. I don't know how you fix it. Because you chose one daughter over the other for something that should have been a no-touch. You shouldn't have touched that money. And who knows, if you actually went and talked with your daughter, she may have made a decision on her own. Dad, I want you to use that money to help my sister. Who knows? Who knows? But now you're going to have to do a lot of work to get her to even open up to you again. Good luck on that. Once somebody breaks trust, it's very hard to get it back. Very hard.
And the deal here, the OP, because I know this argument is going to come later on, but it's not her money, it's his money. It was his money.
He
Yeah,
promised that to her, though.
it was his money for a reason. And now you took that promise, that reason away. So please, for the people that always keep saying it was his money, he could do whatever he want to. He was going to do whatever he want to with it. Give it to her for college. See, here's the deal when people say stuff like this, when you take college funds away from kids for whatever the reason is. When you say there's a certain amount of money for a college fund for kids to go to college, they plan it. At least the smart ones do. They plan out. It may not be enough for 4 years of college. Maybe just enough for 3 years of college. What we going to do for the 4th year? Maybe it's enough for 2 years of college. Maybe I need to go to community college. Maybe I need to save some money. I need to go get a job because it may not be enough. How many hours do I work? They plan it out. And then when you pull it out like, nah, you're not getting none of it. All the years of them planning just went out the window. And you're wondering why they're frustrated. Or you want them to understand, well, it wasn't your money to begin with. So, yeah, this daughter told you what she was going to do. She flat out told you. You pride yourself on having a good memory. I want you to remember at this moment. Because we all know, as the story goes, the telling of that event is going to change.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand. No, I understand. See, me understanding where you're coming from does not change what happened to me. It still happened. I still had to go through all the things. I still had to look back and realize that every plan that I had changed in an instant. So understanding you did not change anything. See what else we got out here. Not saying she wouldn't be able to, but she and that money would have only been enough to cover 2 years of college with additional financial aid. So it's going to be very tough. And financial aid is based on parents' earning. And I agree with that. So one of the ideas that she did have was going to community college to save money.
Mm-hmm.
So that money that was for education could have been for, hey, I can get me an apartment that's close to the campus now so I don't have to travel a long way. Maybe I can get me a hoopty car, a point A to point B car.
Oh.
Yeah, in the days it was a hoopty. It was a.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
I know, but get me a point A to point B car. I go to school, I come home. I go to school, I come home. That's it. I don't even go to the library. I park my car and walk to the library. Then I get back in my car and drive back home. All those plans go out the window, though. All of it. All of it. Oh. OP, best of luck. And by the way, to be totally honest with you, OP, if you was actually smart enough. I was trying to find a better word, I just couldn't. You were smart enough. Is the money that you're taking away from your second daughter really going to change the life of your first daughter?
Mm,
Or is it a temporary band aid?
right.
So now I have to add this to the mix. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Yep, I'm saying it sounds like it will be extremely difficult for her. I hope she can get assistance for the 2 years. He said he's
Oh,
been applied to 2 to 4 year colleges. Sound like to me she was just throwing the daughter. She was just throwing a wide net out there. But in the end, you could afford only what you can afford. So
hmm
it is what it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the last story. Oh, one more comment.
It's two-parter.
Nope, it's not worth it. No. It sound like I said, it just sounds like a band-aid.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into the last story of the first hour. Uh, Seems like to me we actually could do this show in about an hour and 15. But okay. If you're new to the show, please hit that like button. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. This is our last story for the first hour. It is a two-parter.
Mhm.
And it's just it's wild. It's wild to me, the mind of certain people, if that makes sense. The thought process of
Okay.
certain people. So, Bad Boyfriend, part one.
I've been with my girlfriend, Lily, for 7 years. We overall have a great relationship, and I know that I love her very much. For the past 3 years, she's been pushing for a proposal. She wants to start a family soon and have many kids, at least 3. I'm not sure if I ever want to get married, but I know that I don't want my life without her. She keeps asking if I ever plan to do it, and I usually dismiss her because, in all honesty, talking about it gives me anxiety. Now, the reason she broke up with me is because this month she had a pregnancy scare. She was 2 days late, and we saw a very faint line on the pregnancy test. I freaked out because I am not ready to get married, let alone be a father. Now, I'm not sure if I want kids at all. I don't see myself as that father figure. I am all up for being the fun uncle, and I have fun with him, but when it comes to actually having one of my own, I don't want it. I freaked and kept waking her up at 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. asking her to please go to the hospital so she can have blood work done to be sure if she was pregnant. She said she wasn't going to do that she wasn't probably pregnant since she did have an IUD and I pulled it out. But I read online that there can always be a chance. It's not 100% guaranteed that you won't get pregnant. I kept badgering her to go, and she got mad at me, saying that this would be the 5th time she's going to the hospital to get tested because I believe she's pregnant. Yeah, this has happened in the past, and I usually freak out because I know that I'm just not ready to have kids. Maybe one day I'll want them, but just not now. We went to the hospital and she wasn't pregnant. I was relieved, to say the least. Later that day, she told me she wants to break up, that she can't handle this every month, that even if I didn't freak out about pregnancy, she wants to be with someone that doesn't stress and keeps her calm, that she wants someone who knows what they want, that I told her when I was 25 that I wanted kids, and I made her feel secure about this. When I was 24 and she was 23, I told her I never wanted to have kids. She tried breaking up with me, saying it wouldn't work long term if we want different things. But then I changed my mind and told her that I want kids when I'm 30. But now I realize I probably said that so she wouldn't break up with me. That she can't even talk to me about proposing because I always dismiss her. And she truly believes that I don't plan to do it. I think I will propose eventually, but I'm just too lazy to buy a ring and do the whole proposal thing.
You say what now? Girl, move on. Please move on. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's 2 parts. We don't know. This was the 5th time he dragged her down to the hospital to have a pregnancy test?
Yep.
Because she was late? And then, oh, I'll be ready for kids by the time I'm 25. Oh, oops. I'm about to be 25, maybe 30. No. You just keep moving the goalposts, and these are terrible mental hoops for the girlfriend to jump through. Like, oh. What is she saying? I can't see the comments.
Oh, she just said goodbye. Good for her. Bye. That she's leaving. So yeah,
Bye-bye. Yeah.
shaking my damn head. Selfish. Bye. Case closed.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, you had sex with no protection, but you can't live with the consequences. Hey, Tracy.
Right? Thank you, Tracy. Hi, honey.
Yeah. So
That's just terrible.
I haven't done this in a very, very long
So
time.
does it get worse? Does it get better? Does it what?
So you should all know when a person concentrates on one thing, is not the one thing that caused the breakup. It's a lot of things.
Some more backstory. Before, I limited sex to once every 2 months because of how paranoid I was about her getting pregnant every month, even though we used a condom. It was a constant struggle every month, waiting for her period to make sure that she wasn't pregnant. We worked out the system, and that's why she got the IUD. But then I read there's still a 2% chance failure about pregnancy. I don't know how to get over this pregnant paranoia. I don't want to lose her, and now I realize that having kids is better than losing her, but I still don't know. She left the apartment and went to stay with her parents, and I'm distraught right now. She also told me there's more reasons she wants to break up. That I never made her feel beautiful. I would tell her to change her clothes if they made her look fat if we were visiting my family, but my family is very into appearance and being fit. She also said she hates not being able to go out and celebrate things. Yeah, I limit going out to 3 times a year because even though we both make good money, we live in a very expensive city, and there's no point in going out when we can cook at home. I don't know what to do. I don't want to lose her, but she seems very set in this decision. Has anyone never wanted kids but then changed their mind? I think I might want them, but definitely not now. Maybe when I'm 34 or 35. What can I do to get my girlfriend back?
There's that goalpost again. I was 34, 35. We all go about a number, so it's 5 years each. So now the next one is 40. Now you get into dangerous territory, not impossible, but dangerous territory, having a baby. So yeah. I have to ask you.
You limit the amount of times you have sex because you're afraid of a kid.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I love that he sees what having sex can eventually become. But you're afraid of that 2% time? 2%. This is this is an anxiety that has way too much grip on your life, dude. I highly suggest you go talk to a professional. about it because, yes, it's ruining your life. You're losing your girlfriend. And no amount of goal pushing. Oh, I'll get you pregnant right now. She knows. It's basically like you want to be the kid. You don't want to have kids because you don't want that responsibility. And only going out 3 times a year?
Makes you want to think what are the special occasions?
Right? What do you consider good enough to go out?
Birthdays, anniversaries. That's 3.
That's 3.
3?
2
Right?
birthdays and an anniversary. That's it.
Okay. These are some weird relationship boundaries, and no, I could not take that either. This guy is so beyond the pale. My mind is just blanking to come up with an appropriate word that describes him. I have never heard of somebody who's like, yeah, let's have sex once a month and then we'll wait for your period to.
Every 2
How
months.
romantic!
Every 2 months. Every 2 months.
Sorry, every 2 months. Ugh. No, dude. You ever hear of being spontaneous? Have you never just looked at your girlfriend and I've gotta. I need the intimacy. Like, no? Is everything so calculated in your life? I couldn't live with someone like that. I couldn't. Oh, girl, move on. Please, please move on.
This question is not really a question.
Mm.
OP, why do you want to stay with your girlfriend? I'm really curious. No, I'm not curious because I said this is not a real question. This is, why do you want to stay with your girlfriend? You don't want to marry her. You don't want to have kids with her. You don't want to go out with her. You don't want to be intimate with her unless it's on a schedule. Why do you still want to date your girlfriend? It's a simple answer to that because it's convenient.
It's
You don't have
comfortable.
it's comfortable. It's convenient. You don't have to rebuild with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You already built with her. That's why you keep moving the goalposts. You admitted that the second time you said, "Oh, I'll have kids at 25," but now that I think about it, I just said it because I didn't want her to leave.
Right.
I didn't want her to leave. You said it.
Mm-hmm.
Convenience to you. How can you get her back? Why do you want her back? Why don't you please? There are plenty of women and men out there who don't want kids.
Right. Go find one.
Are there plenty of men and women out there who taking pregnancy tests every 10 days? I don't know. You may need to find a group for that. Anna will find one for you. I'm sure they're out there. But
She ain't got time for that foolishness.
Thank you, Foxy.
but
I'm not helping him.
but you need to go talk to somebody. Nobody should have anxiety like this. Nobody should have concentrated anxiety like this. Now you did not say, so I'll backtrack a little bit. You never said you had anxiety on other things, but you just was talking about this, and you concentrated on this, and I'm gonna tell you how bad your anxiety is, how terrible your anxiety is. What is the difference between getting a pregnancy test at the hospital at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning compared to 9 o'clock in the morning? You're not going to become more pregnant. You are pregnant or you're not.
More pregnant.
It just doesn't happen. Like if you caught it.
We're only a little bit pregnant now.
You're only a little bit pregnant now, but if I catch it, like, bruh, what are you doing? And yes, I'm the first person to let you know. I'm not a morning person. Never have been. All my life. Never been a morning person. Wake me up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and something I've told you no at 2 and 1 o'clock. There's going to be a real bad issue. And I'm not talking about at the 3 o'clock moment when you woke me up. I'm talking about when I do finally wake up. I'm grabbing you by the collar and telling you, don't you ever wake me up again. Now come on and let's go to the hospital. They said no. Okay. Needless to say, I'm finna go home and pack my bags. I'm done with you. You need to go get some help.
Mm-hmm.
Like yesterday. yesterday. Let's see what we got out here. We had a lot of comments while we was talking. Let's start here. Bye, sir. She wants to lose you. Then it will be 35, then 36, then 37. Yeah. No, he goes by. He goes by
5 years.
Yeah, he goes by 5s. Because remember, the first one was 25. Then that moved up to 30. So obviously, the next one is 40. 34 to 35 is genetically pregnancy for her. You don't want to get married. But I used to be paranoid about getting pregnant, but you're in a long-term relationship trying to keep someone you don't want to lose, but don't want to marry or have kids with or go out with.
Yeah. No, there's so many red flags here. No, goodbye.
He needs to get himself fixed if he does not want kids.
Thank you, Tracy.
That's a really very good point.
Excellent point. Tracy, get gold star. Yes.
But I have a feeling this fool will go on and go, but I've heard that there's a 1% chance now. When I got fixed and she got the IUD, I got a 1% chance now. Well, so nothing is 100%, dude, other than you not having sex, which you're not. So, and find a woman who does not want kids. Yeah, that's what I said. Just there are plenty of people out there who say, I don't want kids.
Yeah.
He wants her around to help pay for crap and have sex when he occasionally wants to. Or you stress her out and never satisfied or share her long-term goals or even short-term entertainment Bye, sir. Maybe this
Goodbye.
word you was looking for. Anna, one word, selfish.
I'll either say goodbye.
You said they live in an expensive city. Convenience. Right. You go out you live in an expensive city, which means there's convenience all around, but you still only go out 3 times a year?
You could pack something and go to a park. That's hardly any money.
Yeah. But it's too close to Valentine's Day. I don't feel like it. What's up? This is Parker. Hey, Parker. What's up? One of the NCAA tournament games are hosted in my city, and I got to go to one tonight. It's so cool. They just finished Auburn and Creighton and Tennessee versus UCLA about to start. Have fun.
Okay.
It as much as I don't watch it, it is a big event. So to get tickets to an NCAA tournament, have as much fun as you possibly can. A one-time event. He says kids at 30 and stringing her along. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. I hate Tennessee and their fans. LOL. There's so many of them. Tennessee will pack out basketball, football. Yeah, Tennessee is one of the places that will pack out a place. Hey, Parker. The fact she has to stay with her mother and he's just wanted her to come back before next month rent and sets his. I'm sorry, I'll read that over again because it got me off guard. The fact that she has to stay with her mother and he's just wanted her to come back before next month rent and sets is due. So it just happened to correlate together. It just happened to correlate with each other that the rent is due and the 2 months is due.
Ew.
It's just perfect timing. So I'm gonna need you to get over it. Anyway, everybody, that is our first hour. We're gonna go into the second hour. Again, if you haven't hit that like button, I truly appreciate it. We do have the shortest Am I the A-hole, a positive story of the week, a real or nah, which is from Foxy. And if I played it before, oh well, sorry. And of course, Foxy's video of the week. 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we'll see everybody on the other side. Stay tuned.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, I always stay dreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it
are back, and without further ado, let's go ahead and pay those bills. Radical Truth to Power tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will discuss the news of the week. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/Tracy Media Fan. Help support Tracy and all of her endeavors. Please do not forget to go to Anna Hart's website, Borelli, etc.com. Learn something that you didn't think you need to know, but you should. Very important considering that it's getting hot out there, folks. Please do not forget to go to this website, ourunitedcore.com. Communities build movements. And if you need to reach me, you can do so at radtp@outlook.com. That's RADTP@outlook.com. And let's go ahead and get into the Mama Heart Hour.
Like you've been saying it all your life.
Really feels like it. My psychic powers tell me that it is true. We'll see. We're back. Let's go ahead and get into it. Am I the a-hole? Like I said, this is the shortest Am I the a-hole question of all time.
Less
But
than a minute.
it cements my stance of 2025.
I'm a happily married gay man, and yesterday my husband and I were at a friend's house celebrating their birthday. At the end of the party, a small group of people were sitting around the fire talking when a woman who I don't know asked me and my husband straight to our faces, "So, do you like being f***ed up the butt, or is it your husband?" And before you ask, no, she wasn't drunk. She was the designated driver. So I replied, "Do you like to f*** on all fours or on your back?" What? She got mad and stormed off calling me a prick. At the time, everyone laughed. Most were drunk. But the woman was my friend's girlfriend's relative or something, and now he and his girlfriend are getting some backlash. He's mad at me now because even though what she said was offensive, I didn't need to stoop to her level. I'm starting to feel bad about it. The last thing I wanted was to cause trouble for my friend. So, am I the butthole?
I don't think so.
Are you serious? After
What?
said I listened to the first Am I the A-hole. This is the first time you've listened to Am I the A-hole for the first time? Wow. You've been here for a minute. You've been here for a minute, but go ahead. I'm sorry, Anna. I'm just shocked by that.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm caught between my how much manners should we have, and how do we best what's it? How do we best reclaim our space and our dignity? Sometimes the best way is to throw that shock right back into their face. At least that gets them to back up. They get pissed, whatever. But so often I will see, hey, people get more angry and more in someone's face. So I think it's honestly, okay, if this is your girlfriend's relative, go talk to your girlfriend. You know, he didn't ask for it. This was verbally violent. intrusive and meant to humiliate him. I never get why people think it's okay to bring up a position in sex and then to describe it. You know, she was completely no drinking. She was clear-headed. She had that much hate in her. She could not stand the thought of two men.
You know exactly what she was doing.
Yeah. And so, you know, she gets every bit. She deserves every bit that was thrown at her. Back at her. And it's just. It's terrible.
Um, 2025. Taking the high road, being a bigger person. No.
Mm,
No.
I see.
The best way to show somebody the best way to show somebody manners, in my view, is to put a mirror to their face.
Mm,
Want to embarrass me? I'm going to embarrass you. You insulted because you insulted me first. I didn't walk up to you and ask a completely inappropriate question. But I'm going to ask you the same inappropriate question.
right.
And if you run off like a coward, like this woman was, and I'm calling her that, she was a coward. Because she didn't expect that to come out of his mouth. She expected him to be embarrassed, to fade off in the background, and all this other stuff. She expected that dude to come back with that.
Mm.
With that line.
Wasn't looking for a snapback.
No, she wasn't looking for a snapback at all.
Right.
And I lost who was who. My cousin's nephew's niece, uncle's brother's girlfriend. He want
My friend's girlfriend's relative. For some reason, that stuck in my head.
tell your friend's girlfriend's relative, learn some manners.
Really? You have a problem, you go to her.
Yeah.
The source.
And OP, I'm going to tell you this. This will help you out in the long run. It really will. It doesn't look like it, but it really will, because it will put the word out there that can't nobody speak to you any type of freaking way. You are kind to everybody. From the CEO to the janitor. You are kind to everybody. Do they give you a reason to not be kind? And this woman gave you a reason not to be kind. You don't even know her name. She don't know yours. Somehow, and this is how pathetic she was, but she don't know your name, but somehow she knew your sexual orientation. Like, was she doing a survey or something? And she put out all the gay people. Let me get him. Like,
I mean, sometimes it's rather obvious when you're sitting next to your spouse, and
but sometimes it's not.
I
The
don't know.
majority of the time it's not.
No?
Blatantly looking like.
Well,
Right.
Yeah.
Or if they're showing affection.
Yeah, if you're blatantly looking for signs,
They're holding hands.
Yeah, or they're showing affection.
Yeah.
To each other. That's
So
sweet.
yeah,
Mhm.
but you're gonna get what you receive. 2025, you're gonna get what you receive. Sorry. We have proven in this country that taking the high ground does not work. It just don't. It just don't.
Okay.
It just don't. So okay, here we go, folks. Tit for tat. You show me respect, I'll show you respect. That's it. That's all we're gonna do. But you come out of pocket, gloves off. All bets are off. And again, I call this woman a coward because clutch pearls and run off. Hey,
Yeah.
what you upset about, lady? Thought we was gonna have this out. I thought we was having a discussion about sexual positions. What's going on?
Right.
What we doing? Why are you
Where
upset?
did you think this was going to go, lady?
Hey, I thought you was just that type of person. The woman that asked that inappropriate question was the a-hole. I don't
Mhm.
give a oh, it is the second hour. I don't give a fuck if she was embarrassed, then would throw back at her. Girl, bye. Yep.
Mhm.
Clutch pearls.
We call it a clap back. Yeah. Call it a clap back.
Mhm.
She wasn't
Yep.
expecting. She wasn't expecting that. She just thought, oh
Mhm.
my God, I'm so gay. So I'm just gonna hide out in the shadows or whatever to the parties. Nah, bro. We was holding a conversation. Where you running to? Did you see the news clip where the YT representative woman touched Charles Blow and he said he doesn't, and he says, "Don't touch me," and she was like, "I'll scoot over so I don't touch the invisible 1-inch border," and he said, "You can scoot all the way off the lid." No, I haven't seen that one, but
No.
you,
Ooh.
Susan Woo. Hello, I'm late.
Hi.
Carrio
Good
doing
morning.
my job beautifully. Yeah, Afra has been in these comments, so she's taking over, Susan. Taking over. And did you see the DM I
Good.
sent you for y'all last week? So you sent it to Anna.
No.
Afra was supposed to send me a video, and I thought she was gonna send it to me.
On Instagram or where, Afra?
When they go sink in the floor, we go shoot off Mother Effort ledge. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The way Marlon and F bombs just not literally. The way Marlon says F bombs just literally make me spit laughing. Uh, Elevate, hey Susan, and I don't have Marlon's Instagram. I thought you was gonna send it to the email.
I say before I apologize, I add some more to it. I'll make sure that she never insults somebody else like that again.
Okay. I will look.
She'll definitely think twice.
Well, yeah, but I don't think this is the type of person that would do that, though. I think she would go on to her next victim. I really do. I just think she would just, this was the wrong person to try to insult, so I'll go on to the next victim and everything else. You need enough hurt. How did Dusty say it? Dusty
Well,
Thunder.
her next riff seems to have been, "Oh, I'm so hurt. So I'll go to my relative and her boyfriend. And so, yeah, people were starting to talk to them. And they were catching shit because she started it.
They didn't get the full story. That's why.
Right.
They didn't get the full story.
So,
And the funny thing about it is, when
y'all
people
don't talk.
these days, I want you to apologize. I certainly will apologize. I apologize for answering your really terrible, inappropriate question with an inappropriate question. If you can apologize for me for initially asking me the inappropriate question, you're not going to. So what are we doing?
Mm.
And let the whole story comes out. Let the whole story come out. But that's not what you want to do.
Right.
You want to.
He asked me about my sexual positions.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute, Afra. I don't have your email either.
Okay, after he says it every episode,
And if
when
you
we
need
come
to
back.
reach me, you can do so at radtp@outlook.com. That's RAD toilet paper at outlook.com.
I even signed it.
I do it every show.
Every show. Yep.
Oh, you say the F bar with your full check.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes, he does.
Sometimes there's some
It
people
runs
out.
in the family.
Sometimes there are people out there that just needs to hear the. I just don't give a fuck.
The full.
I just don't. I mean, when you feel it, you don't understand. When you go and you put on those cold, when you put on those thick coats and those thick gloves and all those boots with the thick socks, and you go to the mountaintop of Mount Fuckery, and you still, no matter what, cannot give another fuck to give. Even though you're on the top of Mount Fuckery, sometimes you just have to say it with your chest. I just can't give no more fucks. I have given all the fucks I give. I actually feel like this mountain was a lot taller, but it's now losing fucks. As the years go on, soon and very soon, this mountain is going to be a river because there's not going to be anything left.
Mount negative fucks. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yes, y'all need to watch both touch videos. One was, and I don't know what that is, YWPLP or woman touching Charles Bow. The other one was YWPOP, man touches Angela Ray. A surprise, both YWYPIPO were offended being do not touch.
Okay.
I'm going to let you just read that, Anna.
Okay. Are you ready? RADTP. So it's Rad Truth to Power. RADTP at outlook.com.
Oh, white people. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Susan. I've never heard of that.
Maybe it's me. I'm low energy, so I guarantee it's probably me. Anyway, everybody, let's go ahead and move on. Positive story of the week. what's so silly about this song, Anna. Remember, I always say every time I hear this song, I'm waiting for a rainy day so I can go out, so I can stay in the house and just do a deep cleaning of the house. And then we have a rainy day, and all I want to do is lay in bed or sit in my room. So, no, it does nothing. But anyway, positive story of the week. My husband becomes a Karen.
This story's called Hubby Was a Karen.
Oh, sorry. Near divergent warning because of the background.
Oh. Thank you.
This story's called Hubby Was a Karen. We went shopping last week, and since we were wearing masks, I think my husband was a little bewildered when this happened. So we start our shop, and I have the trolley since I want to get in and get out. I lost hubby for a while, and after a few minutes, I hear a commotion in the aisle behind me, and being nosy, I went to look. There is my husband having words with a strange lady about something in the trolley. I walk over trying to find out what is the matter. Keep in mind we are all wearing masks. I hear my husband telling this total stranger, "Will you please stop buying X brand food because you know I only eat Y brand." "But I like this and you eat it all the time." So I walk over to my husband and ask him why he is bothering this lady. I think then both of them realized they were fighting with the wrong spouse. Her hubby eventually found her and was so happy she bought Y brand for him. My husband now makes me wear a mask that has my name on it, gifted by my aunt, when we go any place together.
It was a strange one.
That was a strange one. Short and strange. Okay. Nope, I got nothing.
It's a certain type though.
Oh. Okay.
I can't say it right, but I can hear it in my head and often use it about a certain kind of white people. Was this during COVID? Yeah. Amazingly enough, I'm kind of shocked if you actually listen to some of the Reddit stories. We're still catching up to COVID stories. Like there's still a lot of COVID stories.
Right.
So it's kind of amazing to me. How can none of them know their old spouse?
Masks.
Yeah, in the right storm, the same. No, you know what? It's almost going to real or not because in the right, I'm gonna say the right store with the right build and the right this and the right that. But I'm like,
I don't know. You're
right
pretty
clothing?
terrible if you do not recognize who your spouse is. Or
But the
is
right
it?
clothing, like
You missed absolutely everything about them?
because I've had stories where couples who are still affectionate in public. I am. I don't give a rat's butt touching Foxy's butt in public. It's mine.
Really?
I earned this touch. But there have been stories where women who've had the same build, the men, I'm talking to the men, your significant other have to see somebody who has the same build as your significant other, the same clothing as your significant other, same everything as your significant other. You just walk up behind them and just slap them on the butt, and then they turn around and it is not your significant other. It's like, yeah.
Seriously?
You gotta be careful out there, buddy.
That really happened?
It happens more than you think. Yeah.
Fight started.
It may be. It may be. in a Reddit story, yes, it will start a fight. In reality, sometimes it's just like, what the hell? What was wrong with you? You know, the other person is like, oh my God, I'm so damn sorry. Please don't hit me. Lord have mercy. You know,
Yeah,
that's
right.
more reality.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on, real or nah. Anywho, this is a real or not that was picked by Foxy. I don't know if I've played this before or not. If I played it before, so sorry. Don't care. It's too many of these Reddit stories to try to keep up with one at a time anyway. So hey, get off my back.
You can like add something to the name, like played, something
No,
like that.
I usually just wind up erasing it, and I'm not gonna go back and try to find it, so I know if I do it, it's done and stuff like
Ah.
that. But sometimes I get so tired by the end of the show, I forget to erase it. But for some people who haven't heard it, for some people this may be new to you. But anyway, let's go ahead and play it. And again, the rules are you have to tell me if this is a real story, if it's a made up story, and for a bonus, you have to let me know if Foxy believed if it was real or it was not. Title of it, Kaka.
I live in a medium-sized town and used to teach karate at the local karate school for extra money. With that said, about half the Walmart employees are or have been in one of my classes at one time or another. And the rest of them know me from them and know I like to play friendly pranks on them. I've also called my daughter Bug since she was a baby. And at about 2 years old, she loved Angry Bird stuffed animals. And we would go and throw them at each other, which grew to us throwing them over aisles trying to bomb the other person with a loud caw. Then a flying bird hits you. So after years of doing this, Walmart employees had become used to our shenanigans, and they started participating by throwing them back at us when we bombed them. Again, it was all in good fun. Employees enjoyed it, and they had a good laugh at it. Fast forward 12 years. Myself, my wife, and my daughter are in Walmart. Me and the daughter are in an aisle over from the wife, who's in the soda aisle, when in comes a young Karen around 20 years old. Now I'm wearing a blue fishing shirt, and I'm assuming she thinks I work here. And she says, "Sir, where's the dog food? It's supposed to be right here." I kind of laugh and start to say it's an aisle over, and that I'm not an employee, but she doesn't let me finish, and she barks, "Don't laugh. Where's the dog food?" So with her being really rude, I say they moved it to the garden center, all the way on the other side of the store, and she huffs and leaves. About 10 minutes later, she reappears, walks right up to me, and she slaps me across my face and yells at me for being a jerk, for playing this stupid prank on her. My daughter's about half an aisle down, she sees this, and she runs to mom in the next aisle. I'm trying to calm Karen as she's saying that I've been a jerk, that she's tired of people playing stupid games, and for that, I must not only push her shopping cart, but I must also help her get her groceries. She then throws a list at me. I then see my wife approaching and realize that nothing I'll say will calm the situation, so I start hatching an evil plan. My wife asked, "What's going on?" At that moment, I raise one eyebrow, squint one eye, raise one side of my mouth, and give her a crazy look in the eye. And with a stern voice, I say to my wife, "Look, Bug, don't be an angry bird. Can't you see I'm helping Karen?" The young woman says, "I'm not Karen, I'm Beth." And that's when my wife smiles, turns and walks off, and I accommodate Karen and do everything she asked. And then all of a sudden you hear caw, and an angry bird lands right in front of her. She says, "The nerve of some people." Again, another caw and another bird. The birds continue to bomb us, and she even tries to catch who it is, only to see someone in a Walmart vest smile and ask, "Can I help you?" While she's chasing the birds, I'm slipping extra items in her basket. This continues the rest of the shopping trip. So word travels around the store about this, and I escort her to the cashier, which just so happens to be one of my students. And I say, "Would you please take care of Karen for me?" with a wink. The girl grumbles, "My name is Beth." My student then says, "Of course I will." I then see my wife at the other end of the store waiting, and I go put my arm around her, and as we pass her one last time, I wave and yell caw. By now, she's furious. She's yelling at me. The rest I heard from my students. So she tells the cashier, "You have a rude manager." At which the cashier says, "Oh, he actually doesn't work here." She then realizes that I put a lot of extra things in her basket, and then she starts separating all the extra things, telling the cashier what a jerk I am for doing this to her. She also doesn't notice that my student's trying not to laugh, as she's purposely putting all the things I put in her cart into the bags, and the stuff that Karen wants into the return basket. So Karen pays, grabs her bags and leaves, and about an hour later, Karen returns, groceries in hand, to the service center. She demands to see the manager, and everything she bought be returned as it wasn't hers. She throws the receipt on the counter. So the actual manager, who just so happens to be a friend of mine, looks at the receipt and says, "Ma'am, nothing in your bags are on this receipt. We can't return it." She then realizes that she's been defeated and shrugs her shoulders and starts for the door. That's when the manager ran and got her and said, "Hey, listen, I heard you slapped a guy back there. And this is what I'm gonna do. Go get your groceries, as you paid for them, and then go sign up for karate. The man there will teach you humility." And the girl did. In our small town, Beth became one of my best students, one of my favorite students actually, and she learned kindness.
I can't say anything, so it's on you, Anna.
Okay. I was almost thinking, maybe I can see somebody being. You lost me at the last bit. You went too far. You made sure that your story had the nice extra. No. And I would think Foxy would say no as well.
So 2 no's. All right. Everybody else, what do y'all think? Is it real or is it not? If this is real, it is domestic violence. Nah, nobody at Walmart asking they help. You ain't never lied.
How is this domestic violence? Wait a minute.
Not domestic, but just at best aggravated assault.
Because they threw Angry Birds at her?
How this bitch slapped somebody? Yeah.
Oh, that. Sorry. I was, yeah.
All right. And the answer is from Foxy.
Fake. Definitely fake.
Somebody had too much time on their hands and wrote a silly story.
I wasn't saying Karen 20 years ago. I really wasn't. So maybe he just put that name in there. I don't know. But if I found out that another female smacked my husband, I would drag her. Don't give me a reason to show my ass. Do it.
There.
She's just not going to get away with smacking my husband. For what? No.
Okay. Here's the backstory. I literally was going to put this story as a positive story of the week. As I'm listening to the story again, it's like, OP, some of your stuff is not making any sense. Like, it just really isn't. And I feel some type of way for a lot of stuff. One, I know Foxy had my back. I ain't got to worry about that. But the first person that's going to have my back is me. Slap me if you want to. This is not going to end the way you want it to be. Let you know that off the bat. Over some freaking dog food. You have lost your mind, lady.
Really.
Number 2, I ain't gonna walk with you all day. Not gonna happen. Number 3, and I don't know why I just caught this at the end. The manager walked up to her and said, "I heard that you slapped somebody in the store, and you just now coming to say something about it?" Right. She returned, by the way. She returned to you. You didn't go to her. She returned back to the store to return groceries. But yeah, I have to admit, number 4, and she found humility and found respect. And now she's the greatest.
Stop it. Just stop it.
She's the greatest WWE champion of all time. I'm sorry, dude. You just threw a lot of stuff in there at the last second. It was just like, and now she's a nun, and I don't know. Just threw you're sort of messing up at the end. Like, I was with
You
you.
almost had me, dude.
You almost
Almost.
had me, but I sent the clip to your email. I'll check it when I get off the show then. Whose email? Sorry, whose email?
Probably yours, the one we gave.
Why are there still Angry Birds? Yeah, I don't know how old the story is, but yeah, I can't believe that's still a thing.
My nephew still likes that every once in a while.
On the other hand, you all will not believe my grocery store story. Susan just gave it to me. I'll read it out on the show. I don't have one. That part, Foxy, I'm putting hands on her so slight. Yeah, I got into a fight again, physical. At the grocery store?
Yeah, it is not violent to defend yourself or your spouse.
No, Susan said, yeah, I got into a fight again, physical this time. At the grocery store?
Susan, what happened?
Whoa!
Sometimes
I
need context, please. I need lots and lots of context.
I want context on that one.
Susan said, look, listen.
Listen.
I'm your sister girl. Sometimes you gotta know, Susan.
Sweet trip. Nope, I'm still processing the trauma. Take your time there, but eventually I want to hear that story. Oh no, it was.
That is weird.
Wow. And when did it start? You know what? That's a good question. Or at least I'm thinking of a better question. But when did they start calling Karens plus Angry Birds in the store? So it's like, was Karen
has been
Angry Birds was around the same time? I don't think so.
But Karen has been a thing for a long time. I remember Will and Grace, the character Karen, it was often pointed out that she's a Karen. That was a while ago.
Yeah, was it widespread as it is though?
When we're using it like
was we using it as a norm?
I don't know, maybe like more in certain parts of it. Like I'm thinking of New York, so
I love Will and Grace. I miss that show.
Me too.
Never seen one episode.
It was so good.
It was great. Great ensemble.
All right, everybody, let's close out the show. Foxy's videos of the week. All right, let's go ahead. Again, if you haven't hit that like button, please do so at the time. This is our last segment of the show. You just can't let nobody walk up on you real slowly.
I was not expecting that. Okay.
I wasn't either. You must have had a
Woo.
so horrible.
Ooh.
He said, one day I'm gonna get you. You ain't gonna see me coming.
Mm.
I must have a dark side.
You do. Always have.
He had no hesitation, just you do.
You do.
Oh.
Cheap
Boy.
funeral.
Three things that's important to every family. That's service, professionalism, and cost. And if cost is a factor in your time of bereavement, then you need to be going to R.B. Bernard Funeral Services, where a complete funeral package starts at $18.95.
$18.95? My family spent $5,000. I told y'all don't come down here and we should have went to R.B. Bernard Funeral Service. Get my stuff and let's get up out of here. I mean, let's go.
Brother, everything is going to be okay.
I hope so.
Because your family is now...
Oh my god. Ah.
Well, you know when you cheat, when it brings you back from the dead.
Who?
You
What
cheat.
does that guy remind me of? I can't think of the name.
Probably one of the little corny commercials I used to put on.
Ah.
The Red House has been
Oh
retired.
no, please don't. Please don't.
Red House has been
Please.
Don't even worry about it. The Red House has been officially retired. Next video. Y'all hold on to your seats because as funny as this is, I wouldn't be surprised. Rap in 2070.
I mean, Richie Work Boss Rich. Evo. You already know. Look. Meow, 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 meow. 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 Meow, 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 meow. I'm a meow, 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 meow. My mom, the meow, meow, my mama, my mama, my mama, my mama, my
That's one though.
Oh my god.
Sour head.
That second guy, though, he was into what he was doing.
I will be holding on to that video for tomorrow for Theas. Because, yeah. Let's go ahead and get through some of these comments. The clip I said was really short. You can squeeze it in tonight. I'm not doing anything more tonight. I'll try to squeeze it in for tomorrow. You know, since it is political, we are talking about political and social events tomorrow. So I'll see if I can put it in for tomorrow. Not popping out of the casket. You cheap enough, buddy. You're cheap enough. Tracy bad now. Okay.
Why Tracy mad? Because he popped out the casket?
No, because I retired the Red House.
Oh.
Oh. I couldn't figure it out either.
It was going on for some years.
I'm mad too, Susan. Look, it's over. It's over, folks. He hates rapping that mumbles. I hate rapping
There
that
you
mumbles.
go. I don't know. I thought those meows were quite clear and
That was creative. That was very creative.
yes.
It was funny. It was funny.
It was.
Last video tonight, just to get you your blood circulating for what we're going to get into for tomorrow. The country is falling apart. Where's the black support?
Ain't no three fresh in the building, baby.
What did it say? What was written?
The country is falling apart. Where's the black support?
Oh, that was all that was. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We're here. Together. Minding our own business. Because we know the fight is going to come to us eventually. Why use resources now? Organizing, protecting, educating. Yeah. We're getting ourselves ready. And at the end, just like you just saw, celebrating. So we here. We ain't going nowhere. Just getting ourselves ready. I'm going to leave that video for Thea's too. I know he got a lot to say. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into these comments before we go ahead and get up out of here. Oh, I thought I was mad about the rappers. No. Not the Red House. I love it because I got the meow right. What? The cursed preacher? I don't know what that question is. Oh, wow. I didn't realize I was a little display from the email. Oh, wow. I didn't realize I was a little delayed from the email, the video clip. Oh, you thought it was earlier. No, it's almost over now.
Oh, I got, okay.
No. All right, and then they're holding a conversation with each other.
Tell Susan I didn't like that last rapper either. That was weird.
I think he was just making noise. The first video I said is the Jeopardy guard tool, not political. Oh, it happened at Jeopardy? Oh. That's still more social. It's still more a social event that you just really feel like you're allowed to touch me. Because you feel like you want to touch me. So
if somebody says, don't touch me, don't touch them.
I don't understand. Did we not grow up in a generation where your parents and your grandparents always told you to keep your hands to yourself? Did we not grow up in that generation? Where did we lose that at?
Good question.
What are the rules and regulations? Keep your hands to yourself. Now, majority of the time, it was like, don't touch that chocolate because I ain't paying for it. But it still was always keep your hands to yourself.
Don't touch that. Don't touch that.
Don't touch that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The Jeopardy videos are what I told you about last week for this week. Not a do not touch video. Okay. I have to look at the video.
Okay, now what?
I'm confused. I'll see the video. The other two are don't touch me videos from the week. Okay. Don't worry about it. I'll look at all of them and figure it out. Okay, I don't like that Susan is way behind. Okay, I didn't like that. I like him. He could get a job resurrecting people in the hospital. So she's all the way back to old boy popping out of the casket. So let's go and get on up out of here while everybody catches up.
No.
And tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me here on the weekends or at borreliaetc.com.
Oh. How much time we got? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, and of course...
I'm assuming you're Legibitqua until you come out to me as straight.
What?
I now wish to be referred to as Legibitqua. Yep, that's happening now. Let's Legibitqua. Feels so bougie. I'm a member of the Legibitqua. No. I love it. Legibitqua, y'all.
You made my day.
I appreciate Anna. I appreciate a returning Theas tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And until next time, we will see you when we see you.
I love how she answers all the things. Have you had a little tip? No.
Little bit of you to cry, y'all.